Last September 21st, as the northern hemisphere tilted away from the sun, scientists reported with unprecedented alarm that the North Polar ice cap is, in their words, falling off a cliff. One study estimated that it could be completely gone during summer in less than 22 years. Another new study to be presented by U.S. Navy researchers later this week warns it could happen in as little as 7 years. 7 years from now.
And to what you said, you are familiar with the pause, so to what does the phrase the pause refer? I'm sorry, you said you were familiar with that term, so I asked to what does it refer?
Essentially, it's the slowing of global warming during the 40s, sir.
During the 40s?
And we talk about carbon polluters. You talk about them. It's my understanding that back in 1997, when you were vice president, Enron's CEO, Ken Lay, was involved in discussions with you at the White House about helping develop this type of policy, this trading scheme. And is that accurate? Is it inaccurate? It's been reported.
I don't know, but I met with Ken Lay, as lots of people did, before anybody knew that he was a crook.
Let me ask you, what percentage of the atmosphere is CO2?
What percentage of the atmosphere is CO2? I don't have that calculation for you, sir.
Maybe you could tell us what your personal guess is on what percentage of the CO2.
I don't make those guesses, sir.
You're the head of the EPA and you don't know? You have all of these laws based on, oh, you're going to get your staffer to tell you now. But you're the head of the EPA and you did not know what percentage, and now you are basing policies that impact dramatically on the American people, and you didn't even know what the content of CO2 in the atmosphere was, which is the justification for the very policies you're talking about.
You know, I'm here because you asked me to come on and talk about the science, and I am totally happy to do that. And anytime you want to ask me again, just give me a call and I will come here and I will tell you about the science and I will point you in the right direction. But I'm not interested in doing this because it's good TV. I'm interested because what we have discovered as a scientific community needs to be talked about. And you need to talk about it, and Roy needs to talk about it, and all these people need to talk about it. But I don't need to be arguing with people just to make good TV.
Thank you, Gavin Schmidt. I appreciate you coming in. I would love to have you back. And if you would give the chair up again, let's bring Roy Spencer in to reply to what you said. Or stay if you like.
I'm not interested. But thank you very much.
I want you to live next to this for 3 hours.
Okay.
3 hours. I want you to smell
I don't want anyone. I know what pet coke is. You should not be putting it in your lungs or your water, but you should be using it to make steel.
Well, maybe.
How much has sea level risen in the last 4 years?
I ain't.
How can you wag your finger at other folks for using fossil fuel when you're a jet setter?
Yeah, I want to travel around. I want to go to different places, but I don't want to destroy the planet while doing it. But you know what option is I face is if I want to go to France, right?
Why? Why do you think it's so wrong about big oil?
Oh, please.
Can't even the laundry list of things, I'm sure, right?
Yes, it is a laundry list. Yes.
In the last 10 or 15 years, has the world got warmer or stayed the same or got cooler?
I don't know.
You'll be the one person disagreeing with like over 100,000.
I think most people disagree, but they're not bothering to say it because they find it sort of just a nuisance. Whereas I think it's important to stand up and be clear that what you guys are doing is harmful to billions of people.
Do you ever use a car or buses or trains?
I do.
So you're not keeping the oil in the soil and the coal in the hole, are you?
I think. I don't know what to say to that.
But have you seen reports in the media that sea level is rising ever more rapidly?
I think so.
So how are you living a carbon-free future or future today?
I can walk to most places from where I live.
I see you're wearing a nice jacket that was clearly made with natural gas.
Possibly.
Almost certainly.
There's a phrase in English that climate change is a fact. It's been a fact for 4 billion years, hasn't it?
I think that's so. What have you done to lower carbon emissions?
Well, obviously, I make a lot of personal choices.
Do you have a car?
No, absolutely, I have a car.
Most creatures in the world live in the warmer parts of the world. Very few creatures live in the colder parts of the world. So isn't it the fact that warmer is better for health?
No.
The tar sands are not a rotting fruit, so tar is a distillate of coal. So there's no tar in Alberta. Wonderful. The oil sands are not going anywhere. We'll come out of the ground 100 years from now and make so much more money.
Over the last 15 years, there has been no statistically significant increase in temperature at all. Those are the facts. How do you react to those facts?
I think it's positive thinking.
And Greenpeace is a campaigning organization, isn't it?
What do you mean by campaigning?
Well, it's not a weather bureau, is it?
No, of course not.